Okay, yeah, so my name's Erin Belmont. I'm the owner and fermentologist at House of Ferments here in Victor, Montana. I've always been interested in food and like the local food scene. Once I started learning a little bit about fermentation, I kind of went down the rabbit hole and just consumed as much knowledge as I could and really experimented a bunch. Started making kombucha and sauerkraut and sourdough and just had a bunch of kitchen pets, if you will. Kind of at the same time, I realized that there wasn't a lot of local options for fermented foods and beverages that were made here in Montana. And so I kind of figured it was either go big or go home and started House of Ferments in the fall of 2016. I was inspired to make these things for myself because I feel better when I have fermented foods and beverages in my daily life, and I noticed that I think other people do too. Once people start on that journey, I think your body craves it, and you're just a nicer person when you feel better, and fermented foods makes us feel better. The vegetable processing machine is a game changer. In the very beginning, I did everything by hand, and then moved up to a smaller, little food processing. Not smaller, I mean, it was more like commercial kitchen grade, but certainly not of this caliber. I mean, I probably, in the beginning, went from doing maybe 100 pounds was probably a big deal to now we're doing 1,000 pounds. So, and we could do more. But it still is a lot of manual labor, even with some automated parts to it. So this is actually a new variety of kraut that we just came up with a little bit ago. It's the green cabbage and salt, of course, and then some turmeric and black pepper. I really love turmeric. I feel like my body just craves it sometimes. The kraut ends up this beautiful golden color. It's really delicious, stays nice and crunchy and tangy. Turmeric, black pepper, pretty classic combination. What I really love about fermentation is that it's a blend of science, art, and culture. The science part is that you have to understand the process. You have to have good observation skills. You have to take notes. Once you understand that process, you can get creative. You can really put together any kind of recipe you want. You can experiment with different vegetables and fruits, different combinations of things, as long as you understand the process. And so that's where you can really be creative, and it becomes an art because you make it your own once you have the foundations. And then the culture part, fermented foods and beverages are a part of pretty much every single culture in the world. And so through food and fermenting, you can honor those cultures, learn about them, and then share that with others as well, and expose people to maybe some different foods they wouldn't normally be exposed to. Well, I would say for people who are just learning, dipping their toes into the world of fermentation, a good thing to do is to reach out, to find a community. Take classes, go to workshops, online resources like yours is great as well. I mean, those are
Whose?
like Clean Food Living. It's a great resource, little snippets of information about the different, I watched your one on KEFIR, and I was like, this is great. It's you have to find your community, and whether that's online or in person. I definitely encourage, looking around your community and hooking up with people who are already home fermenting. And so people get that hands-on experience. And I think getting some hands-on experience is helpful because you just need to build that confidence to know that you can do it. The fermenting world is really friendly to passing on that knowledge because it's knowledge that's been passed on for eons. And so all the people that are into fermentation, we want to pass this knowledge on. So all our cabbages and most of our other ingredients that we use for our krauts and our kombucha as well are all grown right here in the Bitterroot Valley. Lifeline Produce is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, organic biodynamic farm in the Bitterroot Valley, and they're really great folks. They've been farming a really long time, and they grow us some really beautiful cabbages. Yeah, I think it's really important to use local produce for a number of reasons. One of them is that it's
gonna be the freshest you're gonna get. The transport time is nothing. They're harvested in the field and delivered that same day. They don't sit in a warehouse, they don't travel from another state or out of country. So that's the freshest ingredients you're gonna get. I also know those folks personally, so I know what their farming practices are and trust them. Also, all the bacteria and the microorganisms that do all the fermenting and do the work are also then from here as well, and I think that just kind of plays an important role. I'm also just I really believe in the local food economy, and so if I can be, supporting other local producers, that just makes me feel better too.
People can find House of Ferments products in Western Montana at grocery stores, restaurants, breweries. So we're in the Bitterroot Valley, and in Missoula, there's places like the Good Food Store, Orange Street Food Farm, our local smaller grocery, Rainbow's End here in Hamilton, Lifeline Creamery Farm Store in Victor. We also do farmers market May through October. We do 3 markets a week, 1 Saturday in Hamilton. We also do the Clark Fork Market in Missoula. And then there's the Wednesday market at O'Hara Commons. And then we also started offering hot food at markets last summer. We're gonna be doing it again this summer. Grilled cheese with kraut or kimchi, and a breakfast sandwich with kraut. Really just trying to get people to think outside the box a little bit. Fermented foods and kraut and kimchi in particular are really versatile, and you can incorporate them into your daily eating habits, if you will, by putting them on pretty much anything, including your breakfast sandwich. We're kind of all over Western Montana at this point. I have a goal to be a little bit more regional, but that's pretty much it, because there are people like me all over, and my main values is, again, sourcing things as local as possible. I'm a big proponent of just supporting whatever local fermenter is in your area. There was the Know Your Farmer kind of movement. I think Know Your Fermenter is also a thing. If you're around here in Western Montana, for sure, I'd love people to find our products. I do have a website, which is just houseofferments.com, and Instagram at The Fermentologist, also on Facebook. So I'm always open to answering questions. Again, if people, are just learning and starting out, people shoot me questions all the time, and I never mind, answering questions and helping people gain that confidence. Just check our website and our Instagram to find more about us.